As we talk about becoming kingdom men, I believe that it's important for us to understand our identity and how we identify with the larger culture and larger community. There's a critical need for African American men to encourage one another, to develop brotherhood, models of bonding together. We, for whatever reason, have always responded to pain isolated from one another. We try to carry the load by ourselves. We try to navigate life when life be lifing all by ourselves, rather than building the necessary bonds, rather than building the necessary brotherhoods to help us in our seasons of pain and sorrows. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that word, masculinity? Strength, muscles, manhood, dominating, protection. Wow, these are all good. And how many of you heard this term, toxic masculinity? Man, my daughter threw that term on me. So she goes into all of these things that I think are common courtesies, that, opening the door, letting them walk in first, and doing all these things, being a responsible man. All of the things that I thought from my culture and from my upbringing, by the way, without a father in the home. And now all of that is defined as toxic masculinity. God has so designed that we need men, and we need real men and masculine men. What shapes our culture today are these influencers, and the way they do it is through social media. Well, I want to argue to you today that the God we serve is calling for us to be kingdom men of influence, and when we post for him, he will bless us. Understanding how to display real biblical manhood, real healthy masculinity in a culture that is adverse to that and have so many influencers. We as kingdom men have to rise above those influencers that we may advance the causes of the kingdom. My relationship with Christ is a personal relationship, yes, but it's about being called into community. It's about being called in and being connected to a larger kingdom, because I'm not in this by myself. Nobody's called you here to claim that any of us presenters or leaders or whomever are perfect and we're without error or mistake.
That's right.
All of us here are sinners saved by the grace of God. We don't want to dismiss it as, it's just another men's gathering. It is a time for us to build one another up. We need to be accountable to each other, accountable to one another. Why, Pastor? Because I am not saved for myself.